as for France, they did play well and didn't get the victory, and I think that shows the part of the journey that these two teams are on. But this could be a lot of fun. It's Brazil in the yellow, it's France in the red. It's Gabi to serve first for Brazil. France receiving. Set 1, point 1. We are underway. And underway with Howard Jenny. Nice, clean first ball side out to settle the French nerves.
For Kazut, the reception is going to be a big factor of her ability to stay on the court. Teams will go after her. As long as she can hold up, her scoring will give them a little bit of an edge.
Dana Celos. Ana Cristina, good first pass for her. Gabi on the pipe. And that has missed everyone. A good bit of dodgeball from the French there. 2 or 3 of them needed to get out of the way. So that's an early break point. Dana Celos. They tended to pick up some points on her serve in previous games. Oh, not a great pass from Ana Cristina. Can she make up for it here? No. Free ball, chance to get another point on the board with Howard Jenny into the hands. And into the referee's stand. 3-0 France, perfect start.
Really excellent swing from a difficult situation by Howard Jenny. To stay high, to work the top of the block. And there's a lot of block to work with for Brazil.
Isn't there just? Ooh, that one into the net. Looked for a sec like it was going to spit up and be a nightmare for Brazil to deal with. Here's Gianna, one of the more experienced players who've stuck around. Oh, that's not a great first contact. And Julia. Oh, it's touched the net. Don't do that. That is a freebie. Yeah, there was a bit of wobble on that serve, and oh, their eyes lit up there, didn't they?
A little bit hungry.
Well, it is just past lunchtime, if you have your lunch late. Howard Jenny floats that one in. That's a good ball. Ana Cristina. Oh, the block is excellent. So are the reactions by Gabi. Dana Celos. Not that clean, but Fongadou won't mind.
A really nice angle. It doesn't need as much power if she's going to try and work the short angle. And just to beat the block, Julia makes the correct choice. She starts to take away the position 5. France off to a hot start.
Well, this is a lot like yesterday. They were 5 up against Japan. It was 5-0, not 5-1 in game 1 of the week for them. They couldn't quite hold on at the end. Ana Cristina. Gelon back into Dana Celos. Good angle, but Laish is there. Back to Ana Cristina. Over the block.
And I think there should have been a challenge for a centerline infraction. Bergman stepping under after the block move. A missed opportunity for France.
Bergman. Oh, Jenny. Sent out wide. Managed to recycle that, didn't Laish? She's done well. So Laish, she's had a couple of great digs already. Ana Cristina, massive block! Fongadou celebrates.
We know the quality of Ana Cristina, but that first game back, finding the real competitive rhythm, and credit to Fongadou, really good finish. Great discipline on the technique.
Well, she's effectively a game behind, isn't she? Everyone's had a long break. Julia Bergman takes that one early. Ana Cristina. That one over Silves.
So somewhere between those two, last swing for Ana Cristina, probably about right. Timeout, Brazil.
Vamos começar de novo o jogo. Julia não pode errar. Cheque é pênalti. Depois ao que abre. Vamos embora. Começar de novo. Arrumar a defesa, arrumar o bloqueio. Contra-ataque de novo. Bora. Paciência.
There are different ways to deliver inspirational speeches.
I'm not sure that's one of them, but the information is the important part. To have the team thinking about the same things, make sure they're moving in the same direction, and it is bringing in some new players, trying to get that rhythm right. Now the flexibility in reception for Brazil. Bergman, Gabi in, Ana Cristina not having to do any work here on the reception.
Gabi can only tip. This is the chance for an 8-2 lead. It was Fongadu in at setter, and a great swing by Ndai. Oh! Middle setting. Sign me up for some more of that.
Lovely swing too, finds the deep corner.
6-point lead, Brazil continuing to clunk. Better pass from Bergman on the slide attack, and that works. Julia gets her first point of the day.
Great tempo. The choice by Kazut has to be that it's before the block, and she can't get closed enough that the ball is blocked. Wonderful speed on the slide from Brazil.
Ana Cristina serves a heavy ball. Kazut into the chest of Bergman. It all happened a little bit too quickly for the Brazilian. And Kazut just continues to be very, very good. Beats Makrish. Ndai. A service!
That had a bit of dirt on it.
Oh, didn't it?
It came through flat and had some movement. Not really a predictable parabola. Very hard for the receivers to pick where they want to play this ball.
France 10, Brazil 3. She's in the mood today, Ndai.
She has really upped the service game from previous outings, but the scoring, the serving, she just needs to be able to do it through a whole game, not patches.
Bernard Celos back out to Kazut. Ana Cristina is back court. Gabi's out wide. Opts for the tip and does very, very well.
Good recognition of the triple block in front of her means there has to be space on the long side of the court. And to beat Juliette Gelon is not easy. Gabi is good enough to find exactly the right spot on the court.
So that's 1 point back for France. Points on serve incredibly valuable, especially when you're chasing the game. Ndai, off those hands of Gianna. Here's Kazut, the captain. Gabi, good pass. Set wasn't great, but it didn't matter. Gianna found a way.
And France looked unaware of the situation. The movement was pretty good. They all seem to have made choices early, but not ready for the next phase in play.
Still a 5-point game. Hawajene. Kazut. Oh, it's nice. France are playing some stuff, and they lead 12-6.
I really like this choice. The +4, knowing that the block is going to follow. So when the good receptions move forward, opens up the space behind, puts pressure on the whole other half of the court for Brazil with a slightly faster tempo.
Silves. Laish. It's a good serve. And a good block touch. Oh, but no one's in behind. Felt like one France could have kept up.
The millimeters in difference between this being a really effective block or the ball popping up and finding a way to squeeze past.
Gabi. Hawajene receives. Ndai. It's another lovely swing from Iman Ndai.
And from front row, she can play a good fastball. That she's athletic enough that she can get into a position before the block. Back row ball is the one she struggles with a little bit more. She plays a lot slower ball.
Dana Celos. And Christina receives that. And Bergman. That's what they need more of, Brazil, isn't it?
They need to feel like they're confident and let Macris work the ball around instead of that she's chasing a bit, that they're being reactive.
(8:13). To the middle, Vongedu.
The different choice now on the +4 reception. So moving forwards, really tough choice for the middle blocker, whether they stay with their direct opponent, whether they cover the attacker from position 4. Good choice, Danasilos.
If they keep siding out like this, France, this is a very tall order for Brazil that's just got a whole lot taller. Overcooked by Bergman. And that is easy work for France. Timeout called, 15-8.
Estamos fazendo tudo ao contrário do que nós combinamos. Passe vindo na frente, você tem que fechar para um. A bola da ponta não é para ir para dentro, é para fora, Marquinhos. A gente viu isso no vídeo, galera. Nós estamos esperando o quê para jogar? Pô, tá muito devagarzinho, nós temos que brigar por cada bola mais. E segunda, deu passe, deu segunda. Vambora, moçada. Outra coisa. Estamos com 70% de ataque. Vambora.
For Brazil, finding that natural state of volleyball that they know that they can play at, it's a result of hard work. And at the moment, it's really hard work on the court. But they have to keep fighting for the details, fighting for the basic things to do well, that then they can start to play in that instinctive manner.
15-8. That's more like it. Bergman right down the line. She's had a couple of moments, but generally the moments have come after an error for Bergman.
She looks a lot more comfortable from the right side at that speed than she has from position 4, but hasn't been really able to get the reception side of her game moving consistently.
That's it, Awajene high, and Dai with work to do. Oh, someone's got to cover that.
And it's probably not Gelon. Kazut can step in and play this ball and still have time to get to her next action. Fongadou, if she commits to that choice. Gelon is a really active player. Sometimes her teammates probably rely on her to do a little bit too much.
But that is some way to make up for it. Oh, buried by Kazut.
Nice speed, nice choice. Gets on the ball early inside the block of Macris, who's gone to the antenna.
It's really important that France don't switch off here, though, isn't it? They're in such a good position. They're 16-10 up. And Christina, another tip, and they've been caught out on that quite often. That metre or so just in front of the net has not been the friend of the French.
It's the aggression of the triple block. They end up giving up some space, and Brazil has taken advantage twice. Double substitution will come in.
Roberta and Jose Maria, so change of opposite, change of setter. And France will be very aware of what happened against Japan, where they were 21-17 up and cruising, and then one service run changed everything. Another good swing by Ndai.
And it is a good swing because the block by Gabi was good. She got the timing right, the positioning was pretty good, her hands were on the other side of the net, but the hitter's advantage there, that the hand shape of the blocker has to be perfect, or else that wipe off the block is really easy.
Here is Ndai. Goes for that corner with Ana Cristina. Roberta sent wide. Jose Maria, oh, straight into the block, and third time lucky to get that ball over. Kazut off the hands. And France now in a position that keeps getting better and better and stronger and stronger.
A great choice by Kazut. She knows that the block is going to be high, and she doesn't try and swing down to the court, just works up.
Another point off the Ndai serve. Sends that one long. I don't know about you, Liam, but because it is Brazil, I just feel as though the comeback is imminent. Any moment now, they're going to click into gear.
There is that feeling, but that's Brazil teams of the past. Yes. That's not this Brazil team yet.
Danacelos out there too. Kazut, Ana Cristina into cover. Gabi, it's another tip, and it's another clean ball down. It's a lovely touch from Gabi. She's world-class at that particular skill, but France need to at least get somebody close to this ball.
Well, they end up with Kazut and Jolon standing next to each other. Someone needs to stay sharper or further inside instead of two players standing next to each other on a high ball.
Still a 5-point game. Oh, Kazut into the block. And maybe this is the Brazilian comeback. 15-8 has become 18-14, and that's a timeout.
The libero is deep in 5, and he's the first that arrived there. We don't even try. The other we are watching. So what do? They deep and his point. Opportunity will come. We have to take this set. And we take this set because we play volleyball, not because we are waiting that they give us something easy. We are doing good. The deep, with 3 blocks, we take with 1. And 5, stay for the defense. A strong defense, 6, a strong defense, 1 for the tip. One side out.
And it is the arrangement on a high ball situation, which should be defensively the easier one because you have that little bit more time. But the clarity of idea, particularly for the off blocker, or France has gone with a triple a couple of times, then switched to a double in position 5 and position 4, not really in sync.
18-14. Good serves here for Brazil. And could be looking at a very different picture, especially with digs like that from Julia backcourt. Ana Cristina. It's a bit of pressure on Ndai. Kazut. She goes for the tip. It's blocked, or she gets something on it. Important touch from Kazut, but no joy for Ndai. And a 7-point lead is now a 3-point lead. And there'll be some nerves on court for those in red.
The Brazilian block starting to have its effect, that size, that physicality, imposing itself on the game, drawing a double substitution from France.
Again, France opting for the experience. Stojkovic coming on to set. Jiquel coming on at opposite. Jiquel, perhaps probably not as match fit as some of her teammates. It's going to go to Kazut again. Oh, it's straight into the block. It's another great block, and Brazil are on the march. (18-16), timeout called.
Now, in this moment, this kind of team push like crazy. Okay, and it's super hard to play against them. We need to do, okay, this attack, good. If we can choose position 2, better than the middle. Good attack there, trying to find the finger. Bravo. We need to find quality in the touches to make us play in this kind of situation of high ball, close to the antennas to try to find the outside, okay? Or the position 2 or the position 4.
It's the choice on those situations where the block only has a left-right choice to make, and they can go maximum knowing they don't have to deal with too many options. For the hitters, you either take the fingers at the top or you take the outside edges, but when you start trying to hit the middle of the court and be safe, that's when blocks start to happen in bunches.
18-16. It's a good touch. This needs to go, and now the French block needs to come up with something. This is some run from Brazil, and Gabi puts the right hand through it. It is 18-17. And Brazil have now won 9 of the last 12 points.
And the inferred pressure of not being able to score is now passed on to the receiving group. They feel like they have to nail something, so the change now comes. Giardino into the game. Kawajeni out.
To the middle. Oh, they needed that. Silves restores a breakpoint lead at 19-17. And Giardino back out, Hawajeni back in, Kazut back to the service line. And this is the 1 point at a time factor, isn't it? France are still favourites here. They just need to side out for the rest of the set. They side out, they win the set. But it is never, ever that easy.
Yeah, that's one of those things on paper.
Yes.
Makes total sense. In practice, the emotion of the game, the different situations, the different permutations starting to play out.
1918, Jose Maria serving for the first time today. Gelan, good pass. Hawajeni with the tip, and this time it's Brazil who get caught in the middle.
It's 2 players moving, Ana Cristina not moving, but it was Jose Maria and Gabi trying to make the play and probably faking all of each other out.
2018, Silves. Oh, it's over on 1. Silves with the set. Jiquel can only find Jose Maria. Ana Cristina with the tip. Oh, they've done it again. They've done it again.
The triple block, tip on the middle defending. It's been the only place really that Brazil looks like they've had consistency in scoring is the tip on the out-of-system set.
That's such a big point for Brazil. 2019 is a much different picture to 21-18. Hawajeni into Stojkovic. Ooh, good cover. Kazut was there. Hawajeni again rips it cross court. Second touch, not brilliant from Roberta. Kazut, excellent.
That's a great, brave swing in that situation. It's moving across to a left as the right-handed hitter. That's a little bit more difficult. Once more, the pipe in transition for France has been really effective attack.
Andai back in, Danas Salos back in. But the replacements, Stojkovic and Jiquel, just did well to steady the ship, and France now 21-19 up. This is where it becomes fun. Ana Cristina takes that ball high. Is there a touch? Jose Maria. Oh, she's not found the hands. That's her bread and butter. We're going to have a challenge for that. Something that she does incredibly well.
It did look like a slightly awkward tempo as well at the shifted exclamation set, so out towards 3 meters. It didn't look like there was quite the angle to swing through the ball. 22-19, having survived a run so far by Brazil, France might be feeling a fraction more confident if they haven't touched this ball, which they have not.
Well, they have not. Those taped fingers of Hawajeni. So Jose Maria and Roberta back out. Makrish and Bergman back in.
1 rotation away though from Bergman being, 2 rotations away from Bergman being in the reception lineup if they need to go. France need to go after her.
Danas Salos goes after Ana Cristina instead. Bergman. Lovely swing across the face of the block of Fongadou.
She's looked a lot more comfortable from the right side and a much more fluid approach from Bergman.
3 side outs away from the set, France. Gianna. Hawajeni. Ooh, it was a bit awkward. And now the chance for Brazil. Bergman was missed. It looked like a last-minute adjustment, didn't it? She saw the line and couldn't resist.
this is where the hitter doesn't need to miss the block. If they can take the edge of the block, the top part of the block on the outside, you don't need to get it into the gap and onto the court.
Oh, Brazil. Opportunity missed. Awajene, 23-20. It's now France's to lose. Bergman with the tip. Finally, some cover. Kazut. Decent block touch. Ana Cristina, great cover, but a big net touch there from Ndai.
And another missed center line foot fault from Bergman. What is the French staff doing? Someone needs to be watching these things. What is the second ref doing? That's two big ones they've missed.
Instead, it was Ndai who got pinged for the net. 21-23. Awajene, Dana Selos, right across to Kazut. Beautiful work for France.
That is the swing. Work the top, work the edge of the block when you know there's going to be hands there.
A lovely set as well.
Gets it right into the slot.
Chiba Porterina on their feet for the French. It is set point. And Fongadou sends it on its way off. Macleish had to deal with that. Ana Cristina to stay in the set. Oh, Awajene was off balance. Kazut could win it. Not this time. Gabi. Ana Cristina saves it for now.
Silvez caught reaching out, trying to close the block instead of going straight. But it will be the opportunity for a French side out and the set.
Awajene jumped about 2 seconds too early there.
She saw the play coming, just couldn't wait, didn't have the patience.
Ana Cristina. Awajene has overcooked it. And Julia saves the second set point. Listen to the sounds of nerves jangling. Such a heavy ball off the Ana Cristina serve. Awajene, the target again. Better platform this time. And off the hands by Ndai, and France take the first set. Oh, it was probably more nervy than they...
Winning team right now.
Can Brazil get over the clunk in the second set? Dana Selos will serve. Ana Cristina will receive, and that will be what initially looked like an unlikely ace, to say the least.
It didn't seem to be the most challenging serve, and Ana Cristina did look to handle it with a great deal of difficulty, but the result is France 1-0.
Ana Cristina, slightly better reception. Kazud, that's going to drop wide. Again, I've said this a few times, and we have this conversation perhaps once a week in every game, but there'll be people who are watching for the first time who might not have heard it. Ana Cristina hits a heavy ball. Now, you get fast balls, you get heavy balls. They all have their different challenges. So we have the service. It's a good serve. Selos does well, as does Fongadou. What are the characteristics that make a heavy ball? Because you can't really choose whether or not you hit a fast ball or a heavy ball, can you? It kind of just happens.
We'll take a break for a second. It does appear that Ana Cristina has picked up some sort of injury.
Well, this is quite worrying.
She doesn't want to put any weight on it. She will be assisted from the court.
Oh, no. Well, hopefully this is cramp or a precaution, but generally when you're being carried off by 3 people, this is a bad sign. So landed on the right leg and then clutched the left leg immediately. It looked innocuous, but such is the nature of professional athletics.
So Helena comes into the game, straight into the receiving action.
And swings immediately, doesn't get the point. She's going to have to block here as well. Gets a good touch on it, Helena. Salos, good cover. The platform from Gelon and Kazut looking for hands and getting them. Well played, Kazut.
She has done a great job handling double block situations in this game. Really good choices, just swings for the top. Julia's little finger in the way. And again, France, positive start.
3-1, early break point. Gabby with the touch. Let's bump out to Helena, who only offers up the tip, and France a little wiser to it in this set. Ndai had to be covered. Helena again, she's been busy since she came on. Kazut wants this back, gets it, swings cross court, and misses everything.
And it is an error. The Brazilian medical staff working hard to assess the situation. It is an error, but the intent from Kazut is good. She needs to stay aggressive.
Ndai is aggressive, but a good block touch. On the slide attack, great cover, Dana Salos. Just sent back court for Laish to launch that over the shoulder. Gabby with the tip. She's lethal on those tips, isn't she? And Helena down the line. That is her opening point.
The speed looking a lot better for Brazil. And for Ndai, the challenge really is, can she get a faster ball in transition? Or when it's a long ball, can she play a little bit faster, because she doesn't have quite enough power to swing off the top of the block out the back.
3-3. Oh, what a swing from Kazut.
Brazil block not closed. Kazut takes advantage. France 4-3.
Service error. We've not had too many of those, have we?
The service errors in this game have generally gone long, which is a positive, that teams are trying to serve strong. Helena will make her first serve.
Has got one ace in the tournament. She's been on the peripheries of the squad. Was last season as well. 4-all here. Gabby. Ooh, too stiff, too sharp on the angle for Julia.
I like the tempo of the play there. The first contact by Gabby was really quick, and Julia was aware to the situation. She got into her pattern quite early.
Ndai. Bergman. Helena on the pipe, the one-on-one block from Silves. She enjoyed that.
She has some of the least transparent joy of any player in the VNL. When she celebrates, she makes sure everyone knows how happy she is. I'm here for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Ndai. Oh, it was not a great first touch, and it leads to a free ball opportunity for France, and potentially the three-point lead that comes with it. But no, Gabby. It's another tip. We've not really seen Gabby let loose so far today. Someone needs to take control of this point. Will it be Bergman? No. Dana Salos makes Laish play. Helena, great swing.
That is a super aggressive set, that situation. Helena hitting that ball almost 1.5 meters from the net and still finds the right angle. Because when you're that tall and that athletic, you can just throw it out there and let the hitter go get it.
Well, you can't teach 2 meters, can you?
I've tried.
Yes, yeah. And that is how tall she is, the 20-year-old. Going to be getting a little bit more court time than she might have expected to today. Awajeni with the reception. Free ball. This now a chance for Brazil to level. Gabby Does swing, but never finds Hawajeni. Kazut. Oh, Gabi, what a touch. Another go for France, though. Oh, Silves on the slide after a 20-second rally, finds a solution.
And it was a solution that was required. She rushed the first contact, had to get out there. This was the only option, and Brazil getting beaten by the tempo. Things were a little bit faster. A dig by Gabi on a great swing by Kazut as well. Both teams trying to find that little bit extra in set 2.
So far, France finding a way. Kazut, good serve, but a good pass. Hawajeni. Oh, she's gone too greedy with the angle this time. Saw that big block in front of her and tried to make a late change.
This is the ball where she can work a different angle. She can play off speed. She can even recycle when it's not the perfect situation. She left a little bit early.
Oh, the pipe works. Gabi couldn't return it with the head. She's a good footballer. Quite good enough on that occasion, though. Yeah, she got booped. Boop, boop. Silves, 5 aces in the VNL so far. Laish stops her from getting 6. Gabi, that's the whip.
This is a better swing, and it's almost like she needs the degree of difficulty sometimes to get herself into the game. Pretty nice serve by Silves as well. We were talking about a heavy ball before. That's a pretty heavy hybrid float.
Good pass, Kazut. Ndai. Through Bergman, through Gianna.
Better speed for Ndai.
Danaselos, Laish, Helena. There was that panic there, where there was another tip, and it's gone past the block, and they've screamed, and thankfully Danaselos had it covered and saw that it was going wide.
Helena loses the tension in the arm. She can play this with a strong arm. With the soft arm, the hand is soft, the wrist is soft, and you lose the control on the contact.
Brazil chasing again. Laish has overbaked it. And Kazut, oh, she's missed on the pipe.
Goes for a little bit too much angle instead of just swinging on the approach. But keep giving her the opportunity because she's aggressive and looking like it's working well.
But it's a let-off for Brazil. I know we're early in the set, but you know at some point they're going to come for you. Ndai. Ooh, no touch on that either. I think we might have a challenge there. The referee, oh no, it's missed everything. We've seen the replay. It's a good decision by the referee. Because his right arm is facing France, his left arm is facing Brazil. He looked to pull the trigger right and then changed it to left. The quick draw. So we're looking at a 1-point game.
There's a theory in basketball called the Patrick Ewing theory.
Okay.
That when Patrick Ewing was playing, his team was always better when he was injured because they understood they have to pick up a little bit more. They have to pay a little bit more attention. And maybe with Ana Cristina out of the game, she's on the bench with ice on her knee right now, that everyone else has said, oh, we need to pay a little bit more attention. We need to get Helena into the rhythm of the game. Maybe it's addition by subtraction.
Simon, check one more time and use magnifier. Just one more time to be sure. Just to be sure.
So the conversation is happening here.
No touch. Okay.
We've not seen a finger move, so they've said no touch, and they just wanted that to be cleared up. But they've confirmed it, no touch. Millimeters in it. And just 1 point in it on the scoreboard. Make that 2. France still a break point up.
And that would have been a first of the players asking the referee, can we have another look at that?
Bergman. Oh, what a pick-up by Dana Solos. But another chance here for Brazil. Helena. Kazut's in a good place. Oh, Dana Solos less so. One of those.
Yeah. It was a brilliant defense, though.
Oh, how good.
And Jalon makes the play to give Kazut an opportunity to swing.
Yes, dry those hands. Next touch for Dana Solos now. Very, very important. She's got a good position to do it here. Ooh, it's a little wobbly. And this could level the game. Oh, Jalon sends that high.
And a net touch on the block move.
Big test of character here for France, and the coach sees it. Oh, it's on the turn.
I told you in the locker room, opportunity will
France.
come. Now we have one opportunity. They have one player at this out. After will be the Bergman, Gabi in 4, and one real opposite in 2, okay? Good opportunity. After, if we don't play volleyball, will be for them. And we are doing a strange thing. Number 12 in 4, we tip on it every time. We don't tip behind the blocker anti, because he will not fall down to take the ball. After, we need to attack. We need quality of the touches, good approach, and keep going with our idea. Okay, we need to play volleyball. Free ball for the libero. Quality on the touches. Calling, talking between everybody. Die, die.
A lot of information in that timeout, but then we play our idea. We follow our idea. This is the main message. We have to give ourselves a chance to do the things that we practice, that we show up to games with the idea of this is how we want to play. So for France, yes, there is information and reaction to what's happening on the other side of the net, but they still have to play their volleyball.
It's 11-11. Oh, great pickup. They've changed the libero. And Marcel has given them the opportunity to take the lead.
And few people in the world do this better than Gabi. The high ball swing from off the net. She doesn't really have a chance to see what's in front of her.
Five points for Gabi. And France need to get back on the horse here. Need to get scoring again, and that's dropped in. Court awareness for France. The awareness of where the lines are, where the space is, needs improving. Brazil have a breakpoint lead, the timeout called.
If we can avoid the middles and use position 2, better solution. If we cannot, we tip against the position 4, tipping inside, avoiding the middle because they are really high. We can open the net, we need quality on the touches to put the setter close. If you want to go in front, you need to open behind. You cannot wait because after you will be late and you will face the ball behind you. We need to play volleyball. Either one side out.
Right, 13-11. Brazil find themselves in a winning position for the first time in the game. Although, interestingly, it's been a couple of French errors that have put them there. Bergman. Kazut. Off the hands, Gabi puts a lovely pass in. Helena into the block. And Fongadou does the rest.
Nice choice on the position by Iman Ndiaye.
I've done her dirty there because that puts her in the ABS club. She's the first to get there, and 6 attacks, 1 ace serve, 1 block now. Silves got something on it, but it wasn't what she wanted.
The feeling of a player that you just don't want to get beaten sometimes gets in the way of your teammates doing what they need to do. So Silves, I know she wants to make a touch on the ball, slow the ball down, but there's an opportunity for someone to defend that ball behind her.
Well, Anna Cristina watching on as Helena serves. Hawajeni with a good touch, and Kazut with an even better one.
The swing was great. The landing needed a little bit of work, but good recovery.
Didn't stick the landing exactly, did she?
But full points for the effort. That is commitment to that swing. She has launched at the ball. Adds another point to her tally. Lucille Jiquel will enter the game to block. Probably the first half of a double substitution.
Yeah, so no recognised setter on court for this point for France. Sendai with a good service. Laish with the touch. Gabi. Oh, she's missed. I think Brazil might challenge this. Yes. Immediately the challenge goes up. To Gabi, staring through the net.
Amanda Silves has not reacted at all.
As if to say, which one of you is not telling the truth?
Lucille Jiquel straight away did the no hands dance, or the no touches dance.
Formerly known as jazz hands.
In the non-volleyball context?
Yes. Big moment.
And if you were a gambling man, you'd be keen to put a little bit of money on Gabi's ability to find fingers, but this one has gone whistling through.
(14-14) then. We are back level. And this would be a free ball for France. Can they edge themselves ahead? Silves in at setter, Kazut into the block. Work to be done here. Oh, it's back with Brazil. And that is the risk of not having a setter on court.
And it was a good set by Silves. Jiquel not really at game speed just yet, but another time where Silves has taken her eye off the right play. She's looking for the pipe. She wants to block the pipe and isn't being responsible for the hitter in her zone. If she's going to make that extra hand move on the slide, she has to do something different.
So Stojkovic is on. Great news, Amanda. You can get back to being a middle. 15-14. This time it's Kazut in at setter. Jiquel. Oh, this could be a breakpoint lead for the Brazilians. Gabi into the block. Great cover. Gabi again with the tip this time. Stojkovic throws an arm at it, and Kazut to draw us level. Yes, into the Brazilian subs it goes via Julia. 15-15.
Kazut continues to be effective from position 4.
Helena, oh, lovely work from back court. Makrish. Oh, that's Silves snatching at it. And a 2-point lead for Brazil.
Silves never got far enough in front of Stojkovic to be able to swing into the available space. She was always chasing runs out of angle.
Hawajeni. Oh, she's done very well there. Off balance, off the net. Keeps France in the hunt. Find a break point from somewhere, though. Here's Silvez. Oh, that had to be... Well, it didn't have to be played. And that does have to be played. Right, Brazil making hard work of this. Bergman. Relief. A little bit of brain fade there from Helena, backcourt.
It's the 3 receiver system where there's not really a true opposite and someone's waiting around for things to move to get to their space. Better that she stood there and took it rather than half got out of the way.
Yes. Yep, there is that. But, you know, sometimes you want to feel as though you've earned the point.
I'm happy with freebies, personally.
Yes, yeah, exactly that. So the double change being reversed. Stojkovic out, Jikel out. And Day back into the front court. And Dana Selos back to the baseline to serve. So the front court now, Hawajene, Indai, and Fongadu. 17-18. Helena sends that high. Gabby, it's given it something to swing on, but it's going to be a tip. This to level at 18-18. Oh, Laish does excellently. Helena can't finish the point. Can Hawajene? No. Makrish covering. Laish over to Helena. These are the chances France need to take. And Ndai doesn't. Laish working hard in this point, but then there's nobody there. And it is 18-18.
France finished the point more in control. They kept pushing and ultimately asked too much of Brazil to scramble and keep this ball alive. That determination to stay in system, or stay within control on the French side of the net paying off. And we enter business time.
Enora
tied up.
Dana Selos at 18-18.
The French did have their business socks on in set 1. We need to make sure they have the correct hosiery on for set 2.
Gianna. 18-19. Excellent swing, and Dai too good for Julia on that occasion.
The set is a little bit inside, but this is good for India. It allows her to really use her momentum on the approach to go high into the seam and find that deep corner.
Gabby, good pass. A good result. Julia fires through.
An interesting choice on service target there. Laish and Gabby in the middle of the court. Jenny not wanting to take the risk to hit Helena or Bergman, who they can get to still in that situation.
Reception substitution made again. Hawajene out, Giardino in. This to deal with the Bergman serve. Oh, overpassed by Giardino. That's not what she's there for. Helena goes at it left-handed and fades it across court.
That is a way to score a point. I'm not sure there's a textbook anywhere with this in it, but the lefty slap from outside the antenna.
You've got to buy a ticket to win the raffle. Now it's Brazil in pole position. They can side out their way to set 2. It's a big front court, though, for France. Silvez and Dai. Kazut needs to be a good serve. And it is. They're going to make Brazil play. Oh, Dana Selos, nearly, but not quite. She's got great reflexes.
And her willingness to stand in there and be the person who takes responsibility for defense on this sharp angle. And France need to target Bergman on reception if they can keep the ball off the net.
Helena. Good serve. Kazut's going to swing, and she's going to score. She's having an excellent game, Helena Kazut, top scorer. All of her points from attacks. 13 now.
It's been some difficult situations she had to deal with as well.
Ndai, there's only been 2 ace serves in the game, and she's got one of them. Not going to get another one there, though. Doing very well when they go for that slide attack, and Julia taking full advantage.
Ndai does not need to be in the middle of the court. She can stay in a position, takes 2 big steps, and then the ball passes above her shoulder. She can stay outside and let the ball be in front.
23-21, Brazil getting ever closer. Oh, well recovered. Dana Salos has to reach over the prone body. Amanda, get out the way.
She tried to make herself as small as possible, but just went straight into coffin mode.
That's really hard when you're 196.
Exactly.
Stop, drop and roll.
Well, if she kept rolling, she would have taken out the Brazilian block.
24-21, set point Brazil. They've got 3 of them. We're going to be looking at a 1-all game here, barring a miracle. Ndai with the first touch. Kazut, massive block. Chiana wheels away, and Brazil have leveled the match.
And a set that France probably feel like they really should have had a shot at winning. They should have had an opportunity at 23 or so. A couple of defensive errors, a couple of times, particularly with Silves not making a clear decision what she's doing on block against the slide. Everywhere else, pretty good.
Yeah. It's quite a strange set in so much that France were ahead. They had that little wobble, didn't they? A couple of errors. There was that setting error. But it was certainly a lot better from Brazil than it was in the first set. But these are just our words, of course. We are going to have the words from the coaches via the questions of Clayton, who is... Well, he's already down there, actually. It is France 1, Brazil 1. 25-23 France in the first. 25-21 Brazil in the second. Decent contest. Brazil probably favourites now. I'm sure that's what Winnie P will tell us when we visit her for a latest round of predictions. Right, while Clayton's rustling up some interviews, Liam, tell us what you like about these set stats.
Well, what I wouldn't like if I was a French fan was 10 errors. So there has to be risk in the game, and they're going to live and die with that. But we have questions first with Clayton.
Yes, we do. He's not got a coach. He's got Roberta, which is even better. Clayton, what's she make of that?
That was, it's been quite some match so far, hasn't it, really? The first set, France taking it, up in the second, you guys have come back. How pleased are you with the performance so far?
We were expecting a game like this. France is playing really good since the beginning of the VNL. I think we start with a lot of mistakes, and in some moment in the first set we could like catch them in the score. But okay, this is volleyball. Important that we could like come back to our game. In second set also we struggle a lot. They are playing really fast, so you need to maybe be more aggressive on the serve for them to don't play with the ball in the good reception all the time. But I think we come back good, and this is the spirit. We need to come back strong.
Okay, well, good luck for the rest of the match.
Thanks so much.
Ah, Roberta, do you not know that Clayton is the ball magnet? If you stand close to him, you are going to get peppered. Either way, great to hear from her. She always gives us such wonderful insight. And they seem relatively happy. Those fans seem relatively happy as well. I love those signs. Absolutely awesome. They make such a massive effort here to make the players feel welcome and special. And generally, they will respond with some great performances. Right, Cesar Hernandez Gonzalez. They won the first, they lost the second. The eternal question, is he happy, Clayton?
I've just been asked by Dave to ask you if you're happy, but you're a coach, you're never happy. The first set probably was okay. The second you were up but didn't make it over the line. So what's the thought process now for the team, and what's the game plan going forward?
Hey, we need to recover our level. We did pretty good in the first set. We did the things that we want. Again, a really strong Brazil. In the second, happened one injury that I'm really sad also for her, because she's a great player and I hope she will recover soon. That, I think, put us a little bit out of the focus and enter new player. The player we don't know because we couldn't study her. So I told to the player, basic things, we do our normal system with her, caring about the tip, that kind of thing, but we were not able to enter in the match. So we drop in the level, and when you drop against Brazil, for sure they will come back. 1-1, now I hope to start like in the first set, recovering our feelings and our ideas, and keep fighting for the victory.
Well, good luck, we'll see how you get on.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
And probably going back to a more traditional two-receiver lineup instead of the three receivers they started off with.
Cazot receives, third set underway. Block touch and a recycle off Shiana. Hawajene. Oh, straight into Jose Maria. And that is a big, big block. Her timing of the block's excellent. She doesn't get particularly high, but she has been terrorizing the poor attackers in the SV League this season for Tetsueri Bees.
She's a very physical blocker. Her strength with her shoulders and arms, where she can really hold that form.
Good tip in behind Jose Maria. Oh, she got the touch, and then Gavi couldn't get over it.
Well, she made the choice really early as well. So if you're a player wanting to see, she's read the situation, she knows she has to go in that move. She just doesn't get enough time on the contacts.
Enora Danaselos. Good serve. And a good dig. Gelin. Hawajene. Oh, nearly. Nearly. It was a great effort backcourt from Marcel. Another serve from Danaselos. Makrish gone to the middle again, hasn't worked again. Hawajene. Good fingertip on that. Fongadou does well not to go under the net for the block. This is fearsome stuff from Brazil. It's causing France to malfunction. Gabi. Ooh, who's touched the net?
Diego Fongadou. Making the big move outside. Here's Fongadou trying to get that right hand into the space.
Somebody very inconsiderately put a net there.
How dare they?
Gabi. France a little off the boil at the start of this set. They've got a free ball here. They need to take responsibility for it. Ndai. Miss hits.
If anyone has a phone number to get in touch with the French staff on the bench, can they dedicate someone to watching Bergman's feet after she blocks? They've probably missed at least 2, maybe 3 opportunities where she's made a foot fault on a turn from the block.
Hawajene off the hands. Sent down the line to Bergman. Jose Maria goes down the line herself, but the radar's off. Wasn't the easiest of swings, into out. Hawajene. Another point on serve for the French. Oh, what a pickup by Gelin. Kazut off balance. And Gabi puts it out. Bergman really went for that.
Julia Gelin makes a brilliant defense.
For all. Nice to the middle, Fongadou.
Takes the angle working back across the court. Not the easiest play to make. Finds the big space.
Fongadou to serve. She's up to 5 points now, 1 block, 4 attacks. Just the serve required to put her in the ABS club. Bergman, oh, gets up high there. Straight over the top of it, It was quick.
A nice check swing too. She doesn't try and blast this ball through. It's a little adjustment at the top, just a snap into the space down the line.
Yeah, when Brazil have got that tempo right.
Absolutely right, Dave.
Cope. Kazut drops that in. Well, that's out of the Brazilian playbook from the first set.
Must be something in the wind from that end.
Macris. Gelin receives. On the pipe, Hawajene. They've not run it a lot.
Well,
and it always
not
puts
with her.
Yeah, puts a big smile on my face when they do, because that was really nice.
It's an aggressive choice. It's the fastest way back across the net. The hard part is that the block doesn't have to move, but the French hitters have been able to score.
Gabi with the reception. Jose Maria.
Has found the fingers. And probably a net touch as well. You only get 1 point.
Well, that's going to be an ace from Bergman again. It looked innocuous.
Slides across from the left shoulder to the right shoulder for Hawajene. So instead of being able to take it out in front, has to make a late adjustment on the angle.
Seven. On the pipe again. Oh. There was nothing correct about that.
There was not the space, there was not the timing, the set location was a little bit off. Hawajene was not in rhythm on the approach.
Bergman. Kazut. Good touch by Jose Maria, not a great touch by Bergman, and Gabi. Well, she is capable of some pretty special things, but even she couldn't rescue that.
Bergman made that a little bit more complicated than it needed to be. Goes for the double axe handle.
Yeah.
Not off the top rope, though.
I was going to say, 1990s WWE references are very much encouraged. Macris looking for the slide, looking for Julia. And that is the reason she is their top scorer. It does feel as though the level has kind of dropped off for both teams at the start of this third set, but what it does mean is we have got a side out to take us to Brooklyn. Awajeni. Oh, Makrish. Jose Maria could spoil the party here. Gelin. Ndai. 9-9. Oh, fill your ears with joy. Oh, I'm so pleased that everyone's got on board with that. Talk to us about merch. Oh, Gabby, there she is.
Her presence on the game hasn't been felt as often as you would expect from a player of her quality. And then every once in a while she reminds you, I'm really good at this volleyball thing.
Yes, she is. Oh, she talks a good game and she plays a good game.
The tempo has gone out of this third set. Neither team having the control on service or reception that they can play fast and forcing their opponents to lift their level to match them.
I think there have been times in recent seasons, though, as Dana Celos forces the overpass and then Dai puts it down, where it feels as though Gabby has felt as though she's had to take on so much responsibility and she's swung herself into the ground. So I'd imagine the hope is with this new generation of players and all the talent that they've got is that they can share that responsibility a little more equally. Oh, good dig. Kazut. Awajeni. Makrish out to Gabby.
Who does Gabby things?
Oh, doesn't she just?
This is the challenge for Gabby. She's never scared. She wants the ball all the time. She wants to be in these situations, but sometimes a little bit of help for her would lessen the load and she can find a bit more energy as the season progresses.
Yeah, and you don't get to a semi-final and she's exhausted because she's emptied herself to get you there. Awajeni into the block. Gelin with a great touch. And Jose Maria, too strong for Dana Celos.
Really good power to drive cross-court.
Oh, Rota coming into the game for the first time. She's going to replace Awajeni, but still on side out. Gabby starting to have more of a say in attack. Oh, Rota manages to recycle, but it's back over on one. This for a break-point lead. Gelin stretches every sinew, and Kazut is going to swing from deep, and it's going to work out for Helena Kazut.
I do like the aggression again. She's at 4.5 meters and still swings high, still swings hard. She's willing to take that risk. She's really the only French player who looks like she's willing to take the game on.
She's changing with 98. That was before.
Makrish. Oh, dunked down by Gianna.
That's on the borderline, I think, of what is accepted by the rules of volleyball. But hand over the top of the ball, pushing down.
She's heading back to Brazil after a couple of seasons in Turkey, as a few of the Brazilians are, actually. Well worked by Kazut, who is heading to Turkey.
Well, she's heading to 20 points pretty soon if she keeps this up. She's doing a wonderful job. Currently 17 to her name.
All from attacks as well. She is the go-to for heavy scoring. Gabby Shunts that into Makrish. Bergman! Monster block! Silves!
Oh! That one, we talked about Brazil being a bit clunky. That one went clunk. It's the sound of the ball hitting the floor.
God, that was big. But then followed up with the error from the service line by Fongadou. Keeps the scoreboard close, 14-14, as close as it could be. Jose Maria. Kazut with a great pass, puts her in tempo, and there's nothing Brazil can do.
The Brazilian block and defense in position 5 today has been a lot more consistent. They've seemed to have found the position, and whichever libero Brazil have had in that position seems to have got the spacing a lot better than they had in their last game, where the ball was beating them in front a lot.
French serving has gone to Custard.
What's the French word for custard? If anyone knows, let us know on social media.
Crème anglais.
Crème anglais, there we go. I knew it was something different.
15-15. Denacelos. Kazut. Good block touch. Julia does well. What can Gabby do? Complete miss hit.
She goes for the really sharp inside angle, but falling backwards, it's hard to get the angle and the ball to go down.
So Roberta coming in for Makrish. This is not part of a double sub. This is a like for like to give them a different picture. Good serve, but the pass excellent. Roberta with the touch, and Gabby picks out Kazut, back court. Rotard, break point lead for France.
Nice job, Rotard, getting her feet to the ball, all set up by the Kazut serve. And that will draw a timeout from Brazil.
First one.
Passando no meio da mão, né, Júlia? Tem que fechar tiquinho. Claro. Valeu, vamos embora de novo. Levantadora tá pra cá, mexer, combinar a cezinha quando o passe vier, a bola estiver de graça, pra gente poder mexer. Tá? Vamos embora de novo. Temos que fazer a outra passar. Aqui entrou. Ela que é o nosso alvo agora. E bloqueio e defesa.
Right, France have earned the right here to be in a very, very good position. Gabby looking determined, as she always does. She thrives in these situations. And there's a calmness about Jose Maria too. Ana Cristina, she's still sat down, icing that knee, hopefully. It is just precautionary. Roberta on court now to try and make something happen where Makrish could not. And Kazut serving after the timeout and making Gabby play. Bergman sets for Gabby. Just drops that in mid-court, and this is a great chance now for a three-point lead. Kazut converts.
In the points leading up to this, the change in setter and the Julia Jalon has done a great job of talking to the teammates, saying, ready for this tip, ready for how we're going to handle this next play. Great teamwork by France.
Another aggressive serve, an ace serve for Helena Kazut, who is having a game. That is 20 points for her. That's a 4-point lead for France, and that's a Brazilian timeout.
Vem com o corpo atrás da bola e protege, Marcelo. Saque é matreiro, pode vacilar, vamos de novo. Vamos chegar a bola lá na frente para a gente poder virar. Vamos seguindo. É uma coisa, de vez em quando deixa a Júlia tá pelo meio fundo nessa posição, a Rosa na gama, né? Vambora. Vamos arrumar o passe primeiro. Vai.
It's not just the heat on the serve, the velocity from Elena Kazub, because the ball is crossing the net at mid-90s to high 90s. As the right-hander, to be able to work that ball back across towards the position 5 side of the court just creates a different angle for the receivers to handle. They have to really be able to get out in front of that ball. And the short toss spin from Helena Kazud is working very nicely. France, 4 points to the good.
Well, they're in a great position now. It's another good serve, but the pass on the money. Gabi gets blocked. Oh, Amanda Silves. There are the celebrations. Stojkovic getting involved as well.
Bergman in the right spot. Good choice by Silves. And Bergman can't use the forehead control. Let's keep that one alive.
3 blocks now for Silves in the game. Bergman, ooh, that one was a little wavy too. Gabi nearly finds a solution. Kazut for the tip. Well played, Josemaria. Again, she's in the way. And Bergman swings. No fingertips. No challenge coming either.
They'll probably challenge, looking for a net touch. It was a question of perhaps a net touch during the rally.
It was a late call on that challenge as well.
On the effort from Danasilos to save the ball.
That's twice Josemaria has put in a miraculous effort to keep that ball off the floor, only for a teammate not be able to get over or through or around her. Such is volleyball. But Brazil are in a bit of a hole here.
Your Clayton Lucas, you'd say they're potentially under the cosh.
Under the cosh, yes. Again, wherever you're watching around the world, if you can give us a translation for whatever under the cosh is in your language, it'd be greatly appreciated.
It doesn't even need to be a translation, perhaps a best guess.
Yes, yeah.
Of whatever Clayton was talking about.
But under the cosh, so I know a lot of our viewers, is there? No, 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 no.
No, the question is not for this action, for the previous one, not the last action.
Clarify, Shimo, check the action, not the last action. Clarify with coach. So, action before the last, not last action. Cedric, you must clarify with coaches. So, Shimo, check the previous action.
Just making sure the right action is being challenged.
Mid-rally, yes.
So there needs to be a description of it, really, because he's just gesturing to it now, because he wants, as you rightly pointed out, Liam, has Dana Salos done it as she swiped for the ball? Because naturally, we look at a blocking action to see whether or not that's where the net touch has come.
When you're playing the ball,
we can see in the corner of our screen, Helena Kazut saying that's the one they want to challenge for.
Well, even Dana Salos knows the action, which probably means she might have touched the net, to be fair.
She knows that that's the one that she was a little bit worried about.
So the explanation of under the cosh, a cosh is like a baton or a
short
bat,
club,
or yeah, something that a police officer might carry around. So if you're under the cosh, it would mean that somebody might be applying the force of said blunt instrument to you. Anna Cristina is in a wheelchair. That might be overly dramatic. However, I think it's important for Brazil to make sure she doesn't put any pressure on that injured leg. I wonder whose responsibility it is to wheel her around. Do you think there'll be any volunteers, or do you think maybe they'll have a team game of rock, paper, scissors to see who's responsible?
It's not normally on the list of team duties to be wheelchair pusher. might fall to one of the physios or potentially an assistant coach.
I thought you were going to say one of the junior members.
There's half the junior members have been on the court today.
Here we go, watch the net. No, it's the ball, it's the hands, it's a little bit messy. The net wobbles, hence the reason you challenge for it. But there is no net touch. But a completely understandable challenge there, given...
There's a lot of movement, the contact with the net moving, then a second action.
Asked for a mid-rally challenge, so action, it was not last action, action before, so it was not net fault. Point for France.
We got there.
We got there.
France, 21-15 up. Kazut on a service run, having had a little bit of a break now. Needs to find what's the right serve for this moment.
That is the right serve for this moment. An ace from Helena Kazut, her second of this service run. On Gabby.
Reaches for a little bit more angle. Gabby expecting the ball to be on her right, instead having to play the ball on her left.
Oh, nearly another. But a free ball for 23-15. At 23-15 it is.
Iman Ndiaye finds the solution that had a long way to get there. Helena Kazut continues.
She is having a stormer. Into the net, but do you know what? They will forgive her that. She has been sensational from the baseline on this run.
That has been a really big impact, taking this set from being a contest to pretty comfortable for France.
Well, the first time out was called at 7:15. The second was called at 19:15. Here we are at 23-16. And France 2 points away from the lead. Roberta out to Jose Maria, another beautiful block. Jalin wraps herself in the arms of Amélie Rotard. And France are thriving here in Chiba. What a block. Set point. Roberta. Lovely pancake. Rotard into the hands. Dana Silos out to Ndiaye. Back over on one. Third time lucky. No. Roberta out to Gabby. Oh, off the boot, but no one's there for the third touch. Set point saved.
Amanda Silvez has taken up a lot of court there in defense. She has thrown herself around. Dana Silos needs to work on the left foot, I think. Everything else has been working well for her so far today.
Roberta serving to stay in the set. Gota, Ndiaye. Close. Just long.
That is a really good high ball set from Rotard. She's put that right in the spot where Ndiaye can take an aggressive swing at the ball. And it's worth taking the challenge here. Even if it just buys a few seconds.
Well, it's worth taking the challenge because sometimes when you call a timeout, it feels psychologically like you're hitting the panic button a little bit. All he wants to do is calm them down here. Best case scenario, they win the set. Worst case scenario, they've taken the sting out of Brazil.
And it gives the server a little bit more time to think about what their next action's going to be, which for some reason servers don't seem to like.
No.
They like to get back there and get to it.
Well, it worked for Kazut, didn't it? Because she then popped an ace on Gabby. Is there a touch? Watch the finger.
There is a fraction of movement.
Oh my goodness me.
For Brazil, having come in set 3.
It's set 4. It's Dana Celos getting us underway, and it's Bergman with the pass. Tips off the hands again. It's not confident. Gelin and Ndai with work to do. Well covered. Jose Maria with a good reach. Kazut. She's having a game. She is absolutely red hot.
At the moment, she's probably wishing she'd waited a little bit longer to sign that contract.
Yeah. Yes, Giovanni Guidetti will be watching this and licking his lips.
Probably saved himself quite a bit of money.
Up off the net. Gianna overhead. Roberta to Jose Maria. Kazut.
Of course.
Obviously, yeah. She is somewhat inevitable today.
And the Brazilian block just hasn't got that feeling for, that's the option that France wants to set in transition. Bergman running away. It's not going to be a fast ball to India. Got to see the situation, where the most likely play is going to be.
Another early break point for France. Roberta tees it up. Gabby. She's missed as well.
Such is the trust, though, that Gabby's going to stay in the game. They trust that she will find it. Just needs to keep getting the opportunities.
Dana Celos. That's a lot of Marcel. Good hand on that from Kazut. Rota. Chance for Brazil. They need to get off the mark. Jose Maria does exactly that. A little bit of extra from Jose Maria as well. Steers through the net, just trying to rev the team up. Watch her here as she lands. There is a steely determination about her, and then we interview her after the game yesterday. She's all smiles, so she loves being back in Japan. It's gonna go down as an ace, but France making a bit of a mess of that off the Gianna serve. Gianna. Kazut. Rota. Good touch. Dana Celos push back court. This for 3-3. No touch on that. Yeah, shake of the head, should I say, by Julia Bergman. She knew straight away.
She should probably apologise to the fans in row K.
Yes.
Because that ball came through pretty quick to them.
They're actually Brazilian staff sitting back there, so she's probably just making sure that they're paying attention to the game. Well put down. Gabby with the overpass. Kazut gets her 24th point of the day.
Probably the only reason for Hannah Kazut to think that this game should go to 5 is she wants to get 30 plus.
Yes.
A touch by Fongadu on the turn.
Well, they're going to challenge this.
Possibly hair.
Let's have a look. Watch the hair.
Or Fongadu's hip.
Yeah, she's off balance. We've seen the replay there. There have been quite a few on the turn by France. There have been quite a few that have gone unchallenged by Julia Bergman, but not for net touches, for centre line faults, the whole of the foot over the whole of the white line underneath the net.
I think part of that can be attributed to she starts to leave really early. She really wants to commit to her block move, so it's a big dynamic action. And then to get the change of direction, to hold that momentum, she needs to take a longer step to get off the net.
Take the time on this one. Still early in the fourth set. Brazil will be desperate to build some momentum. France very much good for the lead, and the lead is 1 set and 2 points. Oh, lovely. A star for a star. Watch, oh yeah, it's on the way up. So the scoreboard will be reset. It is still a lead for France. Gelon into Dana Celos, out to Kazut, and a good touch by Marcel. But a good block from Bergman. Fongadou. Well, does she get a star on the face for every block? If so, she'll be covered by the end of this game.
I feel like those American football college helmets where they get for everything.
6-3. Another block touch. Brazil need to recharge, and that needs to go. That is one area of the French game that certainly can improve, isn't it? They got caught out far too many times in the first set with that short ball, and then just a bit of a lack of awareness there for the third.
They've made improvements, but still room to go. Silves also made a much better hand choice on her block on the slide.
Oh, well played, Julia. Just hung in there for long enough with Silves.
Both trying to go to the top floor. Julia's top floor was just high enough.
Bergman. Kazut down the front of the block. That's a much better pass, gives them options. Gelon feeds Dana Celos out to Kazut.
That stayed for too long in the hands.
Well, they're all crowding round the referee here.
It's not challengeable.
Please, behind the line. It was really long contact with the ball. Catch the ball 100%. 100%. No.
The ball was directly above the shoulder of Kazut, but then she brings it forward before she releases it. I think the referee has made the right decision there.
But that's the first one, and the standard has been set now, so if anybody else does it, it will be called. That is not a catch ball. That is a beautiful recovery from Kazut.
I would have liked her to throw this one.
Yes, yeah.
That is a wonderful swing. The Brazilian defense in 5, working with the block, they looked like they'd made improvements, but there again, big space in the middle of the court was a problem for them yesterday, popping up as a problem again today.
She might get to 30, you know. She's on 26 now.
Just missed that one.
Roberta, 7-8. Sifota high up the arms, so she's given herself work to do. Gelon, good cover. More good blocking by Brazil. Gianna makes it 8-8.
Juliette Gelon made a brilliant first cover play, but then needs to stay disciplined within the system. This is a great effort. Needs to trust that there's someone behind her. She doesn't need to go and make the extra play.
You can't tell a libero that, though, can you? Come on.
That's my job as a coach. Libero, is that?
Oh, over on 2. Needs to be better than that from Dana Celos. Gabi puts the Brazilians ahead.
Probably going long, but not enough time for Helena Kazut to make the decision.
Okay, the bridge is in sight. Terry Jeffords has his braces on, but Rotar has gone and overpassed it, so instead it's Gabi to give Brazil a 2-point lead.
This one is okay. It's a two-handed contact. The ball doesn't stay, it doesn't move forward. And that is the correct description from the referees. Completely different. And I think we're going to see you.
Okay, when your player played the ball was behind the head and pushed like this. And it was completely different ball. Please, verbal warning for your coach. Just verbal warning to be a little bit calmer.
That's an excellent explanation.
And a correct one.
And also, just to take the sting out of it, a verbal warning. He's not getting the cards out. Nobody is inflaming the situation, but that has to be it done now. And France have to be careful, but they are not done now, because they're 3 points down. Roberta has served an ace, and Cesar Hernandez-Gonzalez calls for the timeout.
We need to play volleyball. We need to have the possibility to attack. After this service easy for you. You have received millions of serves like this all the morning, all the days, every day. Okay? Just we need to be there, touch the ball with the quality enough to put the ball, the center there in the middle, finish. After we can open with the middle, we can play back, ball in forward, everything. But we need to play, we need to attack, we need to play volleyball. Die.
Winnie P not giving France much of a shot still, 83% in Brazil's favour. And a great message as well. You've received serves like this millions of times.
Yes.
Nothing changes, it's still a ball you have to play. And then we go and we do the things that we talk about at practice. Yeah.
It is starting to smell of 5, isn't it?
There's a reasonably strong whiff.
Roberta, Gelin, Ndai, another big block by Gianna. And the thing for France now is Brazil, not just in a volleyball sense, in a cultural sense, once they get their tails up, you are done, right? And as for France, if this is going to go to 5, and it's looking more and more like it does, France do not want to go into a 5th set with their heads down. Absolutely not. Good touch, Kazut. The errors have started to come in. 13-8.
And it's been one call on the catch ball for France that has caused the attention to dissipate on their side of the net.
Maeva Schalk comes in for the first time today. 19 years of age, played a big part in that opening week where France was so impressive. It's a good reception, good first touch for her. Can she finish it off with a swing? Well, yes, but it won't win the point. Gabi won't either. Touch back. Oh, Dana Salos didn't trust the new hitter. Kazut digging well. Schalk with the tip. Jose Maria into the block and down. It's another for Silves.
Great finish by Silves on the block, but Maeva Schalk has to trust herself that she can score on this ball. She had 3 swings and didn't look like she was really trying to take the game on any of them. France have to attack when the opportunity provides itself.
Ace serve, Silves. Welcome to the ABS club. 2 attacks, 4 blocks, 1 ace serve, timeout called.
Essa bolinha chegar pouquinho mais atrás dela, Júlia, para ela não estourar, é muito rápida. Outra coisa, assim, nós estamos usando pouco a oposta defendendo aqui. Ou nós estamos saindo 6, 5 e aqui um pouquinho mais. Pode sair na cara da levantadora, no bloqueio dela na mão direita, porque não vai chegar. A oposta que está defendendo. E agora a largada para dentro também, porque a posição 4 está abrindo um pouco, Gabi. Vamos embora.
Winnie P still firmly favouring Brazil for this one. Despite the fact that they are 2-1 down.
And France may have had a little wobble, but Amanda Silvestre will get them back underway.
Service error, 5. Just looking at the score though, it's a lot of break points that France need to find at 14-10.
But they have some runway to do it with.
Yes. Gabi, float serve, Gelin. Oh, and Dai mistimed that. Bergman. Gelin gets the touch, that means they can go again. Now, Kazut, is that a little wink at our referee to say, well, if Gabi's going to do it two-handed, I'm going to do it two-handed?
Let's give her credit for that,
Oh,
but it is a good solution. Takes her total to 27.
25 attack points, the closest to her, and Dai with 13. Jose Maria, Dana Salos, and Kazut is back there. Schalk just returns it. Bergman goes searching for the baseline and finds it.
French defense not in position to protect the corner there. Expecting the block is going to be in the way. Schalk and Gelin end up in the same space again.
Kazut receives Gianna's serve. Schalk, oh, straight into the block, no way through. Julia, we've not really talked about how well she has blocked. She's picked up 4 now. Gianna's picked up 5. 16-11, timeout called.
Solution according on the situation, Maeva. That ball made me call challenge. There is no volleyball court. That's a 6 volleyball court. Volleyball court is 6 because you are close to the net and you avoid here or you can be 4 here. If you go here, there is one good position 2, one great middle blocker. If we go like this is point for them. I want point for them because we put the ball out because we try to find the fingers. Right.
Absolutely correct. This is not the situation or the solution for the situation. Schalk knows there's going to be a double block, at least, that she has to take some more risk, or she has to try and find control and a recycle, but she cannot just swing at the middle of the court. A growing and learning moment for Maeva Schalk.
Gianna, also in the ABS club. Better reception from Schalk. Ndai. Good patience at the net. Keep that alive. Bergman. Gelin in at setter. Cross court. Good touch by Roberta. And a free ball. This needs to go down now. Ooh, to the middle. Little tip, and Brazil getting each other's way. Oh, and Jose Maria and Roberta just stare at each other and say, oh, why have we done that?
It's the chaos ball on the middle tip. Gabi put it in almost exactly the wrong place for anyone to be able to play it. Just on the reaction play.
Schalk. 2 aces in the tournament. Now would be a great time to come up with a third. But Gabi puts it on the money. Good block touch, Fongadou. Now, has Julia overstretched? Yes, she has. She has taken that right off the hands of Danaselos, and I don't think she can have any complaint about that whatsoever.
There will be a challenge. It's just that Danaselos still has the opportunity to play this ball. She's not going to get there, but the opportunity is still hers. It's one of those balls where referees rarely call it unless they're quite certain.
It's like me eating your last chocolate and you saying, I was going to eat that, but you weren't going to eat it, but I stole it anyway. Yeah, come on. Oh,
the challenge is unsuccessful. The call will stand.
Yes. Sorry, I got all confused then. I was
keep your
thinking
hands
about
off
your
my chocolates.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think you wanted that. Oh, well, I did.
Well, not right now.
Jog. Bergman. Well, here come France. If this can go down. Oh, what a touch. But it's over. It's another opportunity for Kazut. Oh, my goodness me. She's taken out everything.
That is
the Brazilian bench have taken cover. She's knocked all the sponsor water. She's gone range shooting with that one.
Coaches everywhere are celebrating that is the right error to make. If you're going to go for it, drill it past the block, try and catch a hand on the way through. And chaos on the bench.
Someone's got to stand up all those bottles of water now. Well, good block touch, but that's a little bit of confusion as to where the ball is.
I think the biggest challenge for the Brazilian bench there was who was going to move Ana Cristina out of the way of that ball.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
France back within 3.
Pongadou.
Never got the toss right, never got the hand position right.
Pole position now for Brazil to send this one to 5. It's been a long game as well. They've been out there 2 hours. We're not yet 4 sets in. Oh, the ball is still in play. The ball is still in play. It's a nice touch from Silvers. Gabby, she's gone searching for a touch, and she's found one. Straight up it goes.
It's almost a little bit of tete-a-tete between Kazut and Gabby. They've been saying, okay, you're going to play the two-handed attack. I'll give that a go. You're going to look for fingers. I'll show you how it's done.
Kazut gets back to business. And France will need this if they're going to take this 5th set. Blocking sub made. Danaselos is out. Lucille Giquel is in. 1m89. I think she's going to be fantastic in the SV League. Torre Arrows next season. Good serve. Ace serve.
It's that hot dirt.
Yeah.
The strong, dirty contact. It's over 80 kilometers an hour. Not a really clean rotation on the ball. Very hard to pick. France back within 3 once more.
Same again, but a much better touch this time. Gabby. Oh, what a swing of the arm from Ndai. Now can Kazut put it down? Yes, she can. What a point for France.
Iman Ndai makes an incredible defensive effort, and then the heads-up play from Giquel. Just get the ball in the window for Kazut to work. That's a deft touch. Timeout by Brazil.
Rosa não entra por dentro, Rosa não entra por dentro. Galera, vamos de novo. Essa bola vai ter que entrar por baixo, porque ela vem difícil de passar. Tá? Arruma isso aí. Pra gente poder ter os dois lados. Isso é importante. Vamos embora. É a mesma coisa. Tá sacando a oposta. Atenção. Vai.
Work to be done here for Brazil. They looked home and hosed. 16-11 and pulling away. That's now 19-17. Bit of momentum here for the French. Largely thanks to the efforts of Iman Ndiaye, not just from the service line, but in defence too. Oh, it's another ace! 19-18, it is game on in set 4. And Ndiaye is changing the complexion of this match. Marcel does not know what to do with it. Surely she's got to go down the middle at the libero again. No, this time she goes for Bergman. And a beautiful slide by Julia puts Brazil back in the ascendancy.
The swing is on the line, but once more Silves doesn't read the situation. There is no pipe attack. She only needs to think about left-right. Jose Maria can run the space inside, but she needs to be looking at that side of the court.
Ndiaye's gone out, Stojkovic has come in, so it's the Stojkovic-Jikel combo now. Brazil still with a breakpoint lead. Julia. Kazudz, oh, off balance, exceptional. Exceptional.
She's having a day.
Isn't she just? A 29-point day. 27 attacks, 2 ace serves. And here she is at the service line. France still need a break point to level to really put the pressure on in the 20s. Gabi, lovely pass and a decent block. Didn't look like a great set from Roberta. Now the opportunity. Schalk. Oh, it's clipped the net and not the block. That's a tough one on Maeva Schalk.
That little bit of confidence in her attack is missing. She's playing a shot where she knows she's trying to not make a mistake rather than having that confidence. If I do this right now, I will score.
It's a good pass though from Schalk. Oh, and then Silves has missed as well. That's 2 errors from France, and that has put Brazil in the box seat.
Roll of the dice for the block touch.
Hope or expectation?
A fair amount of hope in this one, I think.
I'm happy to be proven wrong, but the shape of the swing from Silves, taking it away from the block, don't see how it could have got a touch, but strange things happen in this sport, and we've only seen it in real time.
For Maeva Schalk in the game, she is a quality receiver. She adds that to the French group, but the scoring with her out there has become a little bit more difficult.
Oh, watch the finger. Watch the pinky. Has Jose Maria got something on that? No.
Not for lack of trying.
No, no, exactly. Well, it's Brazil's to lose now. And France probably be kicking themselves. This was 2019, and they had a chance to level, and they had a chance to stay within 1. And now they're up against it, just to stay 3 down. Oh, great block on Jikel.
Sign of a player who is lacking a little bit of match fitness. She feels like she can swing strong, but doesn't have that real end of range capability on her attack just in the moment.
6 blocks now for Gianna. Sharks overcooked it. It's down from Gianna, who is having a moment, and Brazil very much having a moment. They've lost 1 set from this position. They were 24-19 up against Bulgaria. But if they lose it from here, I think we'll all be shocked.
I was going to say I'd eat my hat, but I don't actually have a hat.
Yeah,
and I don't think I'm going to have to...
No. Right, Silves. Kazut's up to 30. She is having a tremendous game. Silves is in the ABS club. Can she get another one of those sweet S's? She cannot. It's over on 1. This for the set. Oh, what a touch by Kazut! And another block comes in. Schalk. Backcourt to Bergman. Into Huberta. Gabby to send us to 5. No! Tremendous rally. One more time for Gabby. One more chance for France. Schalk with the tip. Oh my goodness, Huberta had it covered. It was taken away from her. And Brazil have blown 2 opportunities, but they've got 3 more.
And a couple of amazing defensive moments on both sides of the net. France just not letting Brazil score. And sometimes you don't have to win the point directly. You can just make the other team work a little bit longer.
Well, this is turning into an epic. 2 hours 10 on court. Silves. Oh, my goodness me. You can't challenge for that. We'll never know whether Julia Bergman got a touch on it or not because the ball is long. The 5th set, the final set, the decider. Huberta serving. Hawajeni receiving. Ndai swinging. And Gianna blocking.
Interesting choice to bring Hawajeni back into the lineup. She's been out for a while. Coming in a little cold. And without that option in position for an attack, easy for the Brazilian block to make the read against India.
7 blocks now. It's a crazy performance. Hawajeni. That was played by Kazut. Ndai from deep again. Opts for the tip. Helped over by Gianna. Hawajeni. Oh, Gianna's done it again. Oh my, oh my.
Hawajeni was determined to make sure that this was going to be a decisive action in the point, whether she scored or was blocked.
2-0. Hawajeni finds a touch. Sent wide by Bergman. Well saved. They're going to have to earn this point, the French. Kazut! Oh my goodness, Gianna! It's 3 from 3!
She might win this one by herself. Just stay front row for the next 12 points.
You look at a Brazilian team that doesn't have Carol and you think, where are the blocks coming from? I'll tell you where. Gianna.
Strong against the middle blocker because I'm telling to you the opposite and we are doing that. So strong against the middle blocker. We go against the middle. Clear for position 4. We are with 2 attackers. If we pass here, they will come and they will be here closing the line. We choose position 2. Let's go!
Gianna, just a couple of blocks. She's almost into double figures. An interesting reverse psychology strategy in the French timeout. I've told you to not hit straight at the middle, so now I'm going to tell you and hope that you don't listen to me.
What a start to the decider. 3 points, all from blocks, all from the same player. Hawajeni's going to go again. Oh, she's nearly done it again as well. It's gone into the antenna, but Gianna's got another block touch.
France finally get the side out. And Brazil needing to find the solution in rotation 1.
Dana Celos with the serve. Gabi. Kazut, nice touch. Dai just pokes it back court. Jose Maria. Fongadou trying to get in on the block action. long rally, a rally that needs to go France's way. Getting in each other's way a little bit, the Brazilians. Oh, wow. Hawajeni. Oh, it was a great first touch. Everything going Brazil's way at the moment, though, and France are in a hole, and they really need to find a way to climb out.
Well, Roberta made an amazing set mid-rally to keep it alive. Juliette Gellon joining you in your living room or wherever you happen to be watching. But despite all the effort from France, 4-1 to Brazil. Gabi to serve.
Kazut into Danaselos. Hawajeni. She is not in the rhythm of this game. She is not in the pace of this game. And with that, she is going to come out. They've got to bring Rotar in because this is getting away from them. And it's not for lack of effort for Hawajeni. But that one was, well, a lot closer to the net than anything else. Good touch by Gabi. Gellon in at setter. High for Ndai. But Brazil covering everything. They look like a new team. Jose Maria. Kazut sweeps up backcourt. Oh, and even she's lost the rhythm. And it's not looking good for France.
When you get down by a couple, it's really difficult for someone to take the risk. They don't want to concede another point. But at 6-1, France call their second timeout.
The approaches are not enough. Before he gave to you one ball that I thought that you didn't ask, because you were not with approach. You are not with approach. You are not out of 3-meter line as you are front row. So the approach is not enough to attack against Brazil, that they are 2 meters like this. So after, we need to, if we go like this, we need to go more sharp. If it's out, it's out. But we need to, if we go in the block direction, or we go here against position 4, or we avoid the block. And the same for position 4. Or we go here against the right end of position 2. Or we cut before to go out of the middle blockers. Die.
The basic technical elements come with the intent to score the ball. That means all the action, getting into position, so critical for France.
Rotar.
That is the intent from Rotar. The approach is maximum. She works off the top of the block. The scoring that they need from the other outside position.
I think the frustrating thing from France's perspective is the fact that it's 7-2, but Brazil haven't really had to earn a lot of the points, particularly recently after Gianna knocked all the stuffing out of them with those 3 incredible blocks. Here she is on the service line. Gellon, good cover. Kazut sets and Ndai fires it cross court, but Roberta does well. Kazut, 31 points for the day. Fongadou picks out her opposite number. To the hands, these are the ones they need to score from. And they do not, because Julia has made the 4th kill block of the decider.
Different middle, same result.
Yeah. Oh, and these are big, brutal blocks as well, aren't they?
Almost perfect, shoulder to shoulder, arms straight. No way through.
Well, the 2 middles are the 2 top scorers for Brazil, both on 14 points. Kazut Gabi makes it look easy. Block touches for France have been good. They've just not been able to capitalise. Can they do it this time? Dana Celos. Yes, yes they can.
Well, Silvez was the only real option. Dana Celos was just trying to stay out of the net. Celos didn't have the opportunity to play the high ball out to Kazut. Silvez made the right choice.
First part of the double sub coming up. Shikel in for the setter. Lenora Danaselos. She'll take a breather. We'll see Stojkovic again shortly. Before the Sendai serve. Bergman. Oh, good touch. Gelin with the bump. Kazut.
Kazut. He keeps Kazuting. A nice variation. Doesn't try and hit this one flat and low. Takes just enough off the check swing. Snaps into the hole. Timeout, Brazil.
A mulher defendeu na posição 6. Valeu. Boa bola. Vamos de novo. Arruma bem. Atenção que o saque dela é híbrido. Passar na perna. Sem deixar ponta. A Júlia tá na China, mesma coisa. Isso aí. Rosa. Atenção, mesma coisa. Vai. Bora agora.
Winnie P has written France off for this one. 96% now in favour of the Brazilians.
So you do get that feeling that maybe one service run from France, one moment where just ask that question one more time about how deep Brazil are willing to go.
Well watched by Gabi. It had to be high risk for Indai. Stojkovic is going to come in for her now, so there is a recognised setter on court for France. It is the experienced Tina Stojkovic. Bergman. Kazut. Good touch. Alberta. Free ball. Shikel to Jose Maria. Gelin, what's the solution here? Kazut into the block! Oh my goodness me! This has been a clinic from Brazil in the 5th set.
The high ball set is nice and close to the net, but too wide. Kazut doesn't have any angle, any choice she can really work with.
Brazil bringing some height into the net as well, so Roberta, the setter, going out. Helena coming in. As if it wasn't intimidating enough for the net already.
Some height, some more height.
10-5. Kazut. Sent backwards by Jose Maria. Gabi goes two-handed, well covered. Kazut. Back over on 1 by Helena, then on 2 by Silvez. Cross court, what a touch by Gabi. Oh, and again by Helena, wonderful reflexes. This is a great rally. Stojkovic, Rota, another block by Brazil. Then cross court. An exhausting, lung-busting rally. But just like all the 50-50s in this 5th set, it's gone Brazil's way.
Wonderful block discipline from Brazil. The French defense fighting so hard to give themselves more opportunities. But the Brazilian block making really good choices.
17 blocks in total for Brazil in this match. 6 for Julia, 9 for Gianna. Exceptional. Gabi and Jose Maria making the other two. Brazil bringing the setter back in, Roberta. 11-6. Cazot. Roberta. Lovely touch by Julia. She's quietly gone about the business of being very good today. That's 11 attack points, 6 blocks for her now. What of Ana Cristina? Frustrated, I'd imagine.
It has not been a smooth or easy day at the office for Brazil, but at the moment they're sitting in a pretty comfortable position. And the Silva's service error means Brazil only need 2 more to scrape out a 5-set victory.
Oh. And a long one as well. With the service clock, VNL games seem to go faster than a lot of other games, but this has been 2.5 hours now. Rota. So Stojkovic out, Dai in. Lucille Giquel. Big high toss, really went for that, and that is why. An ace serve from Lucille Giquel. That was an all or nothing from Giquel. It causes Brazil to call the final timeout of the match.
Tem que arrumar melhor pra cá. A perna tem que estar pouco mais ativada. Ela soltou forte de lá, Julião. Vamos arrumar de novo. Preparar. Ela vai tentar sair forte de novo. Tá? Vambora. Arrumar.
The final timeout of the match. Winnie P has made its mind up. This one's going Brazil's way, and there's not a lot of argument you can make against it.
So it turns out Winnie P was right all along.
This time?
Yes, this time indeed. Right, 13-9. Giquel coming off the back of an ace. It's difficult now, isn't it? Because there's a temptation to be a little bit greedy and get your hand stuck in the cookie jar, but instead, decent serve. A good touch backcourt from Cazut. Good swing from Ndai. And they are going to go down swinging here, France. You have to respect it.
And the question was asked during the timeout, are you wanting to approach Maxim? Do you have the intent? And Ndai since then has made a couple of really dynamic approaches and given herself the best chance to score.
Can Giquel do it again? It's a really good pass. Gabi. Nearly for Cazut. Angelan. But Brazil have got the crowd on their feet because it is match point. And it is Gabi to serve. An ace would not just secure the victory, it would put her in the ABS club. 14-10. Swing from backcourt. In fact, it's a tip from backcourt and Cazut. Of course it's Cazut. 33 points, 31 attack points. What a performance from her.
It has been an immense performance by Elena Kazut, but unfortunately it looks like it will not get France the win they so deserve from the efforts they've made today.
Rota into the net, and that ends the game. Brazil find a way, and that's twice in 2 days they have found a way. They are now 9 victories and 1 defeat. They're not just heading to the finals, they're going to be heading to the finals as one of the top seeds. They need to go from clunky to clicky, but in the meantime, they keep rattling on. As for France, so close, but